In this video, we're going to talk about Erica Slaughter's Untold horror stories. This is Year Zero's shocking finale. Alrighty then, this is a comic book review of Something is Killing the Children, issue number 40, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. Now before we go forward into the issue, we got to go into this flashback. This is what we open with Erica Slaughter reluctantly practicing using a gun, and her mentor Jessica is like, it's part of your training, you got to do this, and Erica, she really don't want to. So Jessica tells her, we can do it the boring way on the farm if you want, get all the crappy white mask looking over your shoulder. The white mask is the order, is part of the ranking systems. The white mask, they hunt monsters in groups. Black mask, that's what Erica is, and Jessica, they hunt monsters solo. So Erica obviously ain't got nothing to do with it. So Jessica takes the gun, pulls it out, actually shows off with it more likely, and Erica knows that, like, you just want to show it off, and Jessica's like, yeah, that's my prerogative, I'm allowed to show off how cool I am. And Erica's like, I'll be fine with, but I prefer to use knives. And Jessica, smoking a cigarette, looking all drip-tastic, is like, I like knives too, but sometimes you can't get close enough to the freaking things that want to kill you, and you have to use a ranged weapon. But if you can get your hands on a high-end crossbow, then you'll have some fun. And Erica does have experience using a high-end crossbow before, and maybe that's just a little callback right there. But Jessica warns her, but that's not what you're going to find when you break into somebody's house, to scrounge something worth using. And Jessica reminds her, and you have to know how to use what you can get your hands on. It doesn't feel like it'll work against some monsters, says Erica, and that's true. Guns don't work with monsters. But Jessica tells her, there are lots of different kinds of monsters in the world, Erica, so practice and fire. And that she does. Now, what could she possibly mean by that? Oh, we will find that out. So we see Erica sitting at a pond, reminiscing, decompressing, feeding the ducks, because homegirl's been through a lot. She carries a lot on her back, literally and figuratively. So when Erin Slaughter, her mentor, well, sorry, not her mentor, more like her handler, comes behind her and tells her, you know, when you do things like this, it only makes my job a lot harder. And Erica's like, well, I don't give a damn if your job is hard. Erin's like, my job being hard makes your job hard because we're both doing the same thing. You haven't turned your phone on for a week, and I was worried that you might be dead. And Erica's like, well, I'm not. You don't see me trying to slip myself, do you? And Erin's like, I can see that. So he sits down, talks to her, and tells her, I would be sad if you were dead. Yeah, says Erica, you'll be sad because they actually have to make you do all the hunting, and you don't like that. You like being behind the desk making the calls. You don't like getting your hands dirty. And Erin's like, I'll do a perfectly good job in the field when I have to. Don't do that. Don't play. This ain't recess. So after kind of the tension cools down a little bit, Erin tells her, look, I just want to let you know that I was worried about you and myself, all right? So just checking in on you. So he asks her the question after they sit down and reflect in silence. What happened here, Erica? And she tells him, there was a girl, there was an Oscar-type monster, and that was it. It was a little bastard that kept running. No matter what I did to corner it, it kept running. And the girl, she kept telling me that she had a perfect way for me to fight back. A gun safe. And she knew the combination to it. I watched a 10-year-old girl who knows how to mess with a locker open up the gun safe in front of me. And it sounds cool to use all the guns, but you know what? They're never useful against monsters, especially Oscar-type monsters. And that's what Jessica told her. So we're getting back into memory lane here. So Erin's like, okay, so what happened? And Erica tells her, I did my job. The monster had come from her. I was using her to lure it into a trap where I can kill it. It's what I do every week. And it came and it was strong. It gotten 4 kids already, fattened up, angry, fast, and hard to kill. That's how these monsters work. The more they eat, the stronger they get. So Erica tries to corner it down to the quarry outside of town. Only one way back, and she would get it from behind. And Erin's like, well, the monster that size, it sounds like you should have called him the White Mask. Probably, yeah, but I hate ever giving them credit. But even just one other monster hunter would have helped me out immensely. And Erica goes in and plots the kill right there. But it wasn't easy, says Erica, and I was tired, and I got the upper hand. And that's when I heard her shout out. But the gun didn't fire. She hadn't taken the safety off. I tried shouting at her, but she was afraid. The monster saw her. The monster wanted her, and she was fumbling it, and she was fumbling with it, trying to get it to work. And that's when I heard the worst sound ever. Why you gotta, that's the rule number 1. You never put the gun to her face. But how can homegirl know that? And that's when the worst thing she could hear. Now, I hate to be an a-hole and reminisce on this, but this video is sponsored by coffee. So if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the super thanks. And don't forget to check out RatedComics.com for some really cool limited print Rated Comics exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. I gotta change up the panel over here. Yeah, this comic book is also gonna be a Netflix series, and I like how even though this is a horror comic, we're getting more juicy backbone character building story with Erica, and she's human, she has emotions, and she goes through a lot. And Erica sheds out in tears because it's just a lot to hold in. And Aaron Slaughter tells her it's okay. She was still alive for a minute or two, and her fear, it was too good for the Oscar type to pass it up. It started eating her, which kept it in place long enough for me to do what I had to do. And that's good, says Aaron Slaughter. That's really good. Yeah, at least it didn't get anyone else, says Erica Slaughter. It's all horrible, Erica, says Aaron. It shouldn't be so easy for someone to die, but it always is. Somehow it always is. And then they stand in silence again. So Aaron tells her, you could have called me. You could have said that this was hard and I could have covered for you. And Erica's like, yeah, but you would have been a little poo-poo about it. Yeah, that's true, says, and I would have been a little shit about it, but I still would have done it. Yeah, well, maybe I should have called. So Aaron tells her, I was worried. You know, maybe I know you don't drink like Jessica, but you do go hard on yourself. You're not afraid to let the damage of all this hit you, which is how she was. You don't hurt yourself like how Jessica did. Erica doesn't drink. Jessica did drink, the promise. But the thing that they both have in common, and Aaron Slaughter does make it a fact to point it out to her, but you both do hurt yourself because you carry it with you. And Erica's like, I know. It was her dad. The fear always comes from somewhere. So when these kids manifest these monsters, it's because of fear. But the fear comes from somewhere. And in that little girl's case, it came from her dad. But Erica doesn't know if it's because the dad was abusive or the dad put her hands on her or what. So she went back into the house that night, still stinking of blood and sweat, but she didn't care. She emptied the gun safe and took all the guns to the quarry. One by one, she threw them away. And Aaron tells her, you know, guns don't work on monsters. I know that, but there are lots of different kind of monsters. Jessica taught me that. All right. And that same gun that the girl killed herself with on accident, Erica had that same gun at gunpoint to that little girl's father, because monsters exist in all kinds of ways. So Aaron's like, what did you do? Nothing, says Erica. I almost. It wouldn't have fixed it. It just would have been more death. And I don't want to be the sort of person, you know, that does that, because death is easy enough without me. It's too easy. The girl, says Erica, after her name was Jessica. And that's an emotional impact, and Aaron knows that shit too, so he's like, damn, that's pretty heavy. So they hug it out, and Aaron tells her there are a lot of other girls out there. I know, says Erica, so where am I going next? And that's where we conclude this issue of Something's Killing the Children. Issue number 40, year 0. All these stories take place before Something is Killing the Children. Issue number 1. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. Also, link in description if you wish to add this comic book and or any of our other limited print Rated Comics exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. This is pretty heavy right here. But other than that, what you guys think? Let me know. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.